Well, good evening. It's time for our ESL lesson, and I'm excited to have with me Jackie from Mexico and Luis from Guatemala. How are you guys?
Pretty
Good.
good.
Happy to be here.
Good. Glad to have you here. Well, we have a topic for this evening, and that is what will the new norm be like for the world after the COVID-19 crisis? That is a mouthful of words. But what would the new norm be like? So I gave you a list of some ideas, and I'm just kind of wanting you to go over some of those and tell me what you think the norm will be like or could be like. And then, like, if one person says one thing, the other can try to say something that's good or positive or not so good about that. So, Jackie, why don't you start?
Okay, well, definitely online operations will go up.
Okay.
Everyone is like, even if you weren't so technologically advanced, now you're learning to do all this stuff through online. So that's gonna have a peak.
Well, we're all going to be whizzes at Zoom.
Yes, for example, nobody knew Zoom before this.
That's right. What do you
Now
think,
it's
Luis?
the mantra.
What do you think, Luis, about that or about some of the
Well,
other things?
even I am not too old, but I really it's getting hard for me to get things online.
Okay.
I am more used to go to the places to
Yeah.
touch what I want to see it, decide if I want or not.
Okay.
I think there is a lot of people like that, and it will get hard to get used to that kind of stuff.
Let
You
me
know?
ask you both. You really do well with English, but it is your second language, or I don't know, maybe it's your third language, Jackie. But do you find that things online, you're limited by being an ESL person?
No, well, if you look for it in English, there are more like options. If you look for it in Spanish or in other languages,
Hmm.
yeah, the options are reduced.
Okay, now that will change.
I actually think that it might be easier when you speak other language because you don't have the barrier. You can look at your phone, Google Translate or something, and find out what you are looking at.
Uh-huh, okay.
And then you will not have the troubles like speaking to
Mm.
somebody that will not understand. It might be harder. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Google Translate's getting better all the time, isn't
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's not the best one yet.
it?
You
Well,
get the idea, but the message level it gets all
yeah. Well, now,
nonsense.
with online operations increasing, that means that we'll have more deliveries and more electronic transactions taking place. What do you think
Mm.
about that? Is that good or bad?
Good somehow, but also bad. Like the bad guys could get your information easier.
Okay.
Like if the hardware or the hardware is not secure or something, they will get your information easier.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think about people that used to work on stores.
Hmm.
We just require
Yeah.
like less persons to ship something that to attend somebody at a store, and it will maybe they will increase on deliveries, but jobs will go down on
Hmm.
personal attention.
Well, yes, but also since there will be an increase in the need of people in the supply chain supply
Distribution
chain
centers. Yeah.
distribution
Distribution.
centers and all
People will
that.
have to shift around in their work, I guess. And but then again, social distancing will cause some trouble for that too. Well, let's think about what we are going to be wearing in the new norm, or what we will have available with us. What do you think we'll have normally on our persons, even if we're not wearing them?
Antibacterial gel,
Okay, having that
masks,
available.
and gloves.
Gloves. Okay. Yeah.
The gloves are hard for me, I think, because or for some people too, like wearing gloves all the time, it might be uncomfortable.
It is.
Even if you use glasses, having the mask on,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, today I was shopping and I had my mask on and I had these glasses so that I could read, wouldn't have to pull them out every time. And I don't know, I should show you the head of lettuce that I brought home. When I looked at it, it just looked so bad and I didn't know what to do with it. And I just said to Clover, look, I guess having the mask on and having to wear the glasses, I saw lettuce, I grabbed it. It didn't look bad when I grabbed it. It looked bad when I got home. So you mentioned the thing about having some hand sanitizer. What are our daily hygienic practices probably going to look like? Actually, they're going to look better or look the way they should in some cases.
Yeah, like for people that usually don't wash their hands at all during the day, now they have to do it every time they cross the door.
Right. Yeah.
Or they sneeze, or they coughed, all those stuff.
And when you go to the store, Luis, you were talking about what happens when we come home from the store. We've got to do what with our stuff?
yeah, we'll have to start the way that should be, like cleaning the stuff that we bring inside the house.
Yep.
Infecting, yes, before putting everything on the fridge. Clean a little bit more and be sure that your stuff are clean and you're not going to contact that.
Yeah, what we've started doing is we go to our back deck, back porch, and we put up on the table the groceries, and I have 2 buckets, one for washing and one for rinsing. And so I start washing everything that can be washed. And then Clover said, but you're not washing it for 25 or 30 seconds like we do our hands. I'm thinking, oh gosh, am I doing something wrong now? But we still have wipes and we still have sprays. And we're trying everything we can, to make sure that we're not bringing little microscopic COVID-19 into our living area. And I've talked to some people who mentioned that they are working outside in retail and they come home and they take their clothes off right away and put them in the dirty clothes, and then they take a shower and they change into something else. And there's some people who did that anyway, just because the kind of work you did, you probably didn't feel like you didn't want to hang out in your dirty clothes. But now we're having to redefine what dirty means, what unclean means.
Yeah, it's not just visible, but the fact that if someone sneezed you or something, or you touch somebody, you might have the virus with you or something.
Yeah.
I do that when I go grocery shopping now. As soon as I get arrive to the house, wash my hands, take off all my clothes, and take a shower.
Wow. Maybe I should.
Even my hair. Everybody's thinking like the clothes, the shoes, but even I feel the things in my hair, so I have to wash my hair.
You feel the microscopic COVID-19 viruses, yeah. Socializing and gatherings, and the way we do things, I think the social distancing is probably going to continue, and there are a lot of people that are probably happy about that. Not me, but I like being next to people. I like being close to people. I can't hear as well if I'm farther away from people. And but handshaking, I like to shake hands, and I haven't. You're the last person I shook hands with, Luis.
Really?
Yeah, and I have it on my calendar somewhere. What day?
It was the day that I came back from New Jersey, and I bring that stuff to the church.
Yeah. So it was a Thursday or a Friday, and
it was a Friday.
And I just, instinctively shook your hand, but I hadn't shaken hands that week, or at least not since maybe Monday. And then all of a sudden I wrote my new ritual and I shook your hand.
You broke social distancing.
That's right. And then I thought, well, gosh, what if Luis has been exposed? I gotta wait.
He came from New Jersey.
That's right.
Just beside New York.
Oh gosh, and even your accent was changing. It was like a New Jersey. No, I'm kidding.
I don't think so.
But no hugging. and people, cultures that kiss on the cheeks, I wonder if that's going to change a little bit. Of course you want to kiss your mother or your grandmother, but think about it. If you kiss your grandmother, and what if you gave her something, COVID-19 or something else, then you would feel awful. So I just don't know. And I think one of the tough things too is that large gatherings, there's going to be such regulations with large gatherings that it's going to be a while before we have them, or who knows, maybe we won't. I don't know.
I mean, especially here in America, I think they are bound to have those gatherings. I mean, just yesterday or the day before yesterday, all the manifestations, strikes they were about, they wanted to go out to the bars and all that. I mean, right now is not the moment to do that, but they will not take it for very long.
Right.
Once this is over, they will want.
You were looking for the word demonstration, I think. People were having demonstrations about their rights. And Americans, we love our rights. And please don't step on our rights, because we love them. And I don't mean that. I don't mean to sound like I'm, mocking that. I'm so thankful for the rights that I have, because they're so nice, although when you have a lot of rights, then you end up feeling somewhat entitled. And when you don't have the rights that, you would have, then you begin to value what you do have even more. Now, what do you think about schools? What's going to happen in our schools in the new norm, do you think? Or even maybe just this fall? Maybe things will be back to normal next spring, but
more distance in between his classmates, probably.
Okay.
Or
wow.
Sorry.
Less students in each class.
Fewer students, that's right. Fewer students in a class, and desks will be further away from students. That will actually be kind of good for behavior.
Even a smaller group, it will mean that more attention for each student.
Yeah, so that's a positive thing, although it's going to cost a lot more, I think.
And you will need more teachers, more room, more material.
Maybe the schedule will change, I don't know what it's like here, how America would do this, but I do know that in some parts of the world, there have been places where you have some classes that meet in the morning. Some students meet for school in the morning, and some meet in the afternoon. And so then who takes care of the kids, when the parents are at work? That childcare is going to be something different. And you figure if you have fewer students in a class, but then you have an after-school program with dozens and dozens of kids, you may have defeated the whole purpose of having smaller numbers in your class. Probably there will be regular deep cleaning of schools and hospitals, and
that's a positive side.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I understand that Turkey, I don't think it was this past weekend, but 2 weekends ago, Turkey just all of a sudden shut down for the weekend so that they could do deep cleaning. And they didn't give people much notice, but they wanted to give it that deep cleaning. As you watch the news, you see in China, people in these hazmat suits. And they've got the little, they're spraying something on the ground. And Well,
I have a friend in Peru that's doing that.
Oh, okay.
They're doing it especially in the airports. They are doing the hazmat suits and the hose, metallic hose, everything.
Wow. You see, now there's new jobs that are coming because of the new norm that we have. Now, one of the places where it's really been bad in America, in fact, here in Richmond, is in these nursing homes. And the Canterbury Nursing Home and Rehabilitation Center, I believe they have now topped the scale. They've had the most deaths of any of the nursing homes. So maybe that's the most deaths of any place. I don't know. I don't want to give the wrong information, but I know that it's an incredible amount of people that have passed away there. And I think this is going to create some terrible insurance nightmares for nursing homes now and in the future. I think this will probably bring an increase to having parents stay at home, grandparents stay at home, and not be in these kind of places. And that's going to be harder on families, but it may be, in the long run, it may be good. Like what would happen in Guatemala anyway when you have an elderly person?
Like normally, an elderly person doesn't go to nursing homes; they stay at home, their homes.
Right.
And actually, that could be a good thing because they can take care of the children's. While if they change times and they are strong enough, they can take care of children's in home, and people will be spending more time with the grandparents and having more that relationship.
Wow, we may have a better society in some ways.
Yeah, because education starts at home, and they can interact more and share that.
Yeah, this is something that's deeply part of your traditions and part of the traditions of other cultures around the world, just not part of American tradition. We have created this freedom, this ability to have what we consider to be better care at another location. And don't get me wrong, it's really good care. And I really liked the place where my parents were. But if my parents were still alive, I probably would have grabbed them and brought them here. I don't. It would have been so strange, but I don't think I could have.
Leave them there.
Yeah, this would have broken my heart. Well, there's some security issues too that are probably going to happen in the new norm. One thing would be the presence of thermal scanning, temperature scans. I feel that is probably necessary anyhow. Before you bring people into a place where they could potentially infect everyone, make sure they don't have a fever. And how
it's not about the scanning. It's not about the scanning only. You can, if you are conscious yourself, like you feel sick, stay away.
Yeah, please.
Like, take care of other people and stay away. Being like that. Yeah.
Don't be on the street like that, unless you're going to the doctor or to the pharmacy or something like that.
Or like stay from a time that you can be sure that it's not that.
Yeah. Well, I read that in China, they're requiring people in Wuhan area to have a QR code on them to show where they've been, and I guess it's like a tracking device or something. Maybe the QR code gets picked up, and then it records their presence at such and such a location. Well, we've gone quite a while this evening. It's been a good discussion, and above all, I'm looking forward to things getting back to a little bit back to normal, and I'm enjoying a little bit of the shutdown, but okay, I've had enough.
I'm good to go.
That's right. I miss people. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being with me this evening, and God bless you. Dios le bendiga. Bless your families, your home countries, and bless your homes here as well. See you guys.
You too.
Yeah,
bye.